You know, folks, in all my years of practice, I've learned a thing or two about what makes people tick. And let me tell you, sometimes the truth can be a tough pill to swallow. But trust me, facing these hard truths head-on is the key to unlocking your full potential. Today we're diving into the 10 hard truths of psychology and life that everyone needs to know for personal growth and success. We're going to talk about failure, rejection, happiness, and a whole lot more. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Some of these truths might make you a little uncomfortable, but that's okay. That's how you know you're on the right track. Get ready to face some hard truths, and let's get started on this journey of self-discovery and growth together. Let's talk about failure. It's a topic that makes many of us uncomfortable, but it's something we all need to face. Nobody likes to fail, but let me tell you something, it's gonna happen. No matter how hard you try, no matter how much you prepare, failure is inevitable. You're gonna fall flat on your face, and that's okay. It's part of the journey, part of the process of growth and learning. The key is, what are you gonna do about it? How will you respond when things don't go your way? Are you gonna let it define you? Will you allow it to shape your identity and limit your potential? Are you gonna crawl into a hole and give up? Will you let the fear of failure stop you from trying again? Or are you going to learn from it, dust yourself off, and come back stronger? Will you use it as a stepping stone to reach new heights? Look, failure is not the opposite of success, it's a stepping stone. It's an essential part of the path to achieving your goals. It's a chance to learn, to grow, to become more resilient. Each failure teaches you something valuable, something you can use to improve. So, the next time you fail, and you will, don't beat yourself up about it. Instead, see it as an opportunity to get better. Embrace it, own it, learn from it, use it to fuel your determination and drive, because the only way to truly fail is to let fear paralyze you and prevent you from even trying in the first place. Don't let fear hold you back. Remember, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, so take that shot, take that risk. Now let's move on to the next hard truth. Embrace the journey and keep moving forward. Rejection. It stings, doesn't it? That sharp pang in your chest, the sinking feeling in your stomach. Whether it's a job application, a romantic interest, or even just a social invitation, rejection can make you feel like you're not good enough. It can feel like a personal attack, a judgment on your worth. But here's the thing, rejection is a part of life. It's a universal experience that everyone goes through, no matter who they are or what they've achieved. It's going to happen to all of us at some point. It's inevitable, like the changing of seasons. The key is to not take it personally. It's not a reflection of your value as a person. Easier said than done, right? It's natural to feel hurt and frustrated. But think about it this way. Sometimes rejection isn't about you at all. It could be about circumstances beyond your control. Maybe the timing wasn't right. Maybe the stars just didn't align. Maybe they were looking for something different, something you couldn't have known. Or maybe, just maybe, you dodged a bullet. Sometimes rejection is a blessing in disguise. The important thing is to not let rejection define you. Don't let it shape your self-image. Don't let it make you doubt your worth or your abilities. You are more than one moment of rejection. Use it as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become even more determined to achieve your goals. Let it fuel your fire. Remember, every no gets you closer to a yes. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Now let's move on to the next hard truth. Embrace the journey and keep moving forward. This next one is crucial, folks. Self-awareness. You got to know yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, your triggers, your values. Why is this so important? Because if you don't understand yourself, how can you expect to understand anyone else? How can you expect to make good decisions, to build healthy relationships, to live a fulfilling life? Self-awareness is about taking a good hard look in the mirror and being honest with yourself about what you see. It's about understanding your emotions, your thoughts, your behaviors, and how they impact yourself and those around you. It's not always easy, but it's essential for personal growth. So, take some time to reflect, to journal, to talk to a therapist. Get to know yourself, warts and all, trust me. It's the best investment you'll ever make. Now let's move on to the next hard truth. Chapter 4. The challenge of change. Change. It's inevitable. It's a constant in life, something we all must face at one point or another. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. Time moves forward, and with it, so does change. The question is, how are you going to handle it? Will you let it overwhelm you, or will you take it in stride? Are you going to resist it, Fight it tooth and nail and exhaust yourself in the process? Or are you going to embrace it, adapt to it, and use it as an opportunity for growth? Change can be a powerful catalyst for personal development. Look, I get it. Change can be scary, it can be uncomfortable, it can push you out of your comfort zone. But it's also necessary for progress. Without change, there can be no growth, no improvement. Think about it. If you're not growing, you're stagnant. You're stuck in a rut, unable to move forward. And nobody wants to be stuck in the same place, doing the same things year after year. Life is too short for that. So, the next time you're faced with change, don't freak out. Don't let fear paralyze you. Take a deep breath, assess the situation, and look for the opportunities. Every change brings with it a chance to learn something new. Remember, change is a chance to learn, to grow, and to become a better version of yourself. Embrace it, and you'll find yourself thriving. Now, let's move on to the next hard truth. The journey of change is just beginning. Chapter 5. Responsibility for happiness. This one's a biggie, folks. Happiness. We all want it, right? But here's the thing. Happiness isn't something you find, it's something you create. You are responsible for your own happiness. Nobody else can make you happy. Not your spouse, not your kids, not your job. Now, that doesn't mean you can't find joy in your relationships or your work. But ultimately, your happiness comes from within. It comes from choosing to focus on the positive, from practicing gratitude, from taking care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. So stop looking for happiness in external things. Start looking within. Remember, you are in control of your own happiness. Choose wisely. Now let's move on to the next hard truth. Chapter 6. The value of patience. Patience. It's a virtue, they say, and for good reason. In a world of instant gratification, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle and forget the importance of patience. But here's the thing. Good things take time. Relationships take time. Success takes time. Personal growth takes time. You can't rush these things. You have to be patient. You have to be willing to put in the work day after day without seeing immediate results. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. So the next time you're feeling impatient, take a deep breath and remind yourself that good things come to those who wait. And while you're waiting, keep working, keep learning, keep growing. Now let's move on to the next hard truth. Habits, they can make or break you. You see, the things you do every day, the choices you make, they add up over time. If you're constantly engaging in negative habits like procrastinating, eating junk food, or neglecting your relationships, well, that's going to have a negative impact on your life. But if you cultivate positive habits like exercising regularly, eating healthy, and practicing gratitude, that's going to have a positive impact on your life. It's all about making small changes over time. So take a look at your daily habits. Are they serving you or sabotaging you? If they're not serving you, it's time to make a change. Start small, be consistent, and watch as your life transforms. Now let's move on to the next hard truth. Chapter 8. The reality of uncertainty. Life is uncertain. You can't predict the future. You can't control everything that happens to you. And you know what? That's okay. In fact, it's what makes life interesting. But it can also be scary, right? The unknown can be daunting. But here's the thing, you don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to have it all figured out. All you can do is focus on what you can control, which is your thoughts, your actions, and your reactions. So, embrace the uncertainty. Learn to be comfortable with the unknown, and trust that even when things get tough, you have the strength and resilience to get through it. Now let's move on to the next hard truth. Chapter 9. The necessity of boundaries. Boundaries. They're not selfish, folks. They're essential for healthy relationships, both with yourself and with others. Boundaries are about knowing your limits, communicating them clearly, and enforcing them consistently. They're about protecting your time, your energy, and your emotional well-being. Now, setting boundaries can be tough, especially if you're a people pleaser. But it's important to remember that you have a right to say no without feeling guilty. You have a right to protect your own needs. So, start setting those boundaries today. Your mental health will thank you for it. Now let's move on to our final hard truth. Chapter 10. The impact of mindset. Your mindset is everything. It can either limit you or propel you. It's all about how you choose to see the world. Do you see challenges as opportunities for growth or as insurmountable obstacles? Do you believe in your own abilities or are you constantly doubting yourself? Your mindset shapes your reality. So if you want to achieve great things, you need to cultivate a growth mindset. A growth mindset is all about believing that you can learn and grow, that you can overcome challenges, that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. So, choose to see the positive. Choose to believe in yourself. Choose a growth mindset, and that brings us to the end of our 10 hard truths of psychology and life. Well folks, there you have it. 10 hard truths of psychology and life. I know it was a lot to take in, but I hope you found it helpful. Remember, facing these truths head-on is the key to unlocking your full potential. Thanks for watching. If you found these truths helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Life Digest Hub for more insights on personal growth and success. And remember, life is a journey, not a destination. So, keep learning, keep growing, and keep striving to be the best version of yourself. See you in the next video.